Thanks so much, everybody. Wow. We used to do that for our whole show. Now we can just do it once a night. We do it at the beginning, we get it over with. Whew. That's some fast fiddling,
I
Ruthie.
really don't appreciate when you kick it off that fast, but it's all right. It's all right. No regrets. I should have been warming up for about 10 minutes before that instead of whatever I was doing. Thank you guys. We're here. That was actually super fun. And we're, hey, Obi, how's it going? How are the kids in the van? Great. Yeah. All sorts of things are different in this decade. But
Is this anybody's first time here at this venue, or are you guys all regulars? And how many people have been here before?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We got the prime seats.
It's our first time here
The
too.
regulars.
And,
Yeah.
We drove all the way out here from New York. We played Chicago and Ann Arbor, but this was the gig that we were really looking forward to the most. Yeah. So thank you for being here. And we're going to continue with a song that was born in New York. It was written by the great Woody Guthrie in 1947. Do you guys like Woody Guthrie? The great Oklahoma troubadour. A lot of people don't realize he lived half of his life in New York City. He lived out in the Coney Island neighborhood on a famous avenue that he made famous called Mermaid Avenue. He wrote this one riding the subway, looking out the window. When we got home, he rolled a piece of paper into his typewriter. Happened to be a painting that he was working on. Sort of cool to see it. In fact, if you're ever rolling through Tulsa, Oklahoma, you can go to the Woody Guthrie Center. You can see all sorts of his artifacts and ephemera. So this is called My New York City. Ruthie and I got to finish the music in 2011. He never recorded it himself, just left these words behind. Here's what he wrote at the bottom of the page. If music and songs ever do get to be put over soft speakers in all of our subway trains, I'd like to sit back right along, listen to this one song. Someday our subway trains might have some kind of music in them. There's plenty on the eyes and the faces of the folks riding along to make up 1,000 good songs about. If you just watch real close at the looks on the faces. If you look and listen a little bit closer, you might even hear an old and a new song. Somewhere away back in the grazing lands of your own old memories and future plans. Mermaid Avenue, 1947, WWG.
I'm riding on this western train this gray and rainy day. I'm looking out my window at a sight so fair to see. I've walked and rode in rain and sun through Brooklyn, Bronx, and Queens. Seen a billion children faces that were New York town to me. Ride the subway train from here to heaven. Ride my ferry boat up my muddy river. Walk our beach sand and our place.
York town to me. Ride my subway train from here to heaven. Ride my ferry boat up my muddy river. Walk our beach sand and our blades of green grass. My New York City is the town where I found you. No matter where this train rolls, I look out my glass, and your eyes shine in the tree leaves and the buildings that I pass. Now I give my fame and fortune up to hold your hand today. Go a billion, jillion places that are New York town to me. Ride my subway train from here to heaven. Ride my ferry boat up my muddy river. Walk our beach sand and our blades of green grass. My New York City is the town where I found you. My New York City is the town where I found you. My New York City is the town where I found you. Where I found you. Where I found you. I'm riding on this western train this gray and rainy day. Thanks so much, friends. Thank you so much. Woody Guthrie. We love that song so much. We recorded it back in 2011 on a record called the NYCEP, which is now out of print, but just this year we put together a compilation of some of our favorites that we still do in the show that are from records that are out of print. We have that here tonight. Next, we're going to do a song that is on our last record that came out as Mike and Ruthie. It's called Bright As You Can, and it's the title track. Thank you so much. And song that I wrote, but Ruthie sings it, and I sure can't even imagine singing it the way she does. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, you ready? What'd I miss?
I don't know.
Oh, my mother, she once told me, you gotta be as bright as you can. Oh, my mother, she once told me, you gotta be as bright as you can. Oh, you gotta be as bright as you can. And my father, he once told me, you gotta be as strong as you can. Oh, my father, he once told me, you gotta be as strong as you can. Oh, you gotta be as strong as you can. You guys are great. All right. Thank you so much. We'd like to do a song that was written in Michigan next by one of our very favorite bands. In fact, they were our wedding band, and that would be the band Steppin' in It. You guys know that? I heard that they're, I think next weekend, are they doing a 20th anniversary weekend? Is that in Lansing or something? Where is it?
5 days in Lansing.
Next weekend? It's right around the corner, isn't it? God, I wish we were going to be here for that. I miss those guys so much. This is a song, it's called The Ghost of Richard Manuel. You know, we live in Woodstock, New York. In fact, they just renamed the road that leads to Woodstock the Levon Helm Memorial Boulevard. Is that great? Has Amy Helm ever been out this way? That's Levon's. You're working on it? We'll put in a good word. Yeah, we'll get her here. Amy's a good friend. She lives in Woodstock as well, and is carrying that torch for her father and all that great music. And you know, Richard is someone that Levon talked about all the time. Richard and Rick, because they left this earth too soon, and they were such good friends. And Josh Davis wrote this song called "The Ghost of Richard Manuel," and I wanted Amy to hear it so very badly. And I gave her the CD, and she didn't listen to it. We dropped our kids off at preschool together, and I'd mention it in the parking lot, and I just couldn't get her to, you know, when you just can't get the person to put the CD in the player. You give it to them over and over again. And then we were doing I think it was a holiday show together. Me and Ruthie and Amy was on the bill. A great guitarist named Happy Traum organized it. Anyway, it was in the round, and we were all on stage together, and I knew that she would be prisoner. So I learned the song, and I sang it so she would have to sit next to me and listen to it. So she finally heard it. Of course, she loved it, but then once I learned it, then I couldn't stop singing it either. So we're going to do it tonight, and send it out to the memory of Levon, Rick, Richard, and all the great music they left behind. It's called The Ghost of Richard Manuel. And Dan, I could take a little more of this vocal on stage. to bars. And the big trollers in the corner, spinning Alexander's ragtime bands. And the ghost of Richard Manuel, walking like a natural. Hey Richard, hey Richard, Richard, won't you sing us tears of rage just one more time? Thank you very much. I love that song so much. All right. Well, we those were some old favorites that we love to play, and we just released a brand new record at the end of April called Sunshiner. And so we're gonna do some of that music. Thank you so much. Has anyone heard it yet? I mean, it's so new. Aw. They're playing it on the radio? Aw. It's like a childhood dream come true. Did anyone hear us live on the radio today? Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Michigan, I've been telling audiences this, it's very, very special to us. I mean, you guys know that, you live here, but you know, we tour mostly the Northeast, East Coast, and we like to get to the West Coast at least once a year. And then the whole middle of the country, we just go to Michigan. And we don't really bother with the rest so much.
The Third Coast. I saw that just a minute ago somewhere. It's a beer?
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You want to say anything about this song?
I used to come up to Traverse City, Michigan to visit my cousins when I was a kid. It was really fun, except that they were all really tall and blonde and tan, and I was small and pale and brown-haired and from New York. And in all the photos that I look at, I'm like, no, I really did look completely out of place. And just letting you know. But we had a lot of really delicious, like casseroles and things that I didn't eat in New York, you know. Stuff with mandarin oranges on it.
Pasties, is that what they call them?
Oh, right, yeah, no, that wasn't a thing when I was a kid as much. It was more like yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know, and I would drink some Verner's ginger ale, and I can smell it right now. It's like, it's possible this mic was dipped in it. It's on my rider.
Do you remember, there was the one time this is a long time ago, we were hired to play at the Hiawatha Festival. Yeah. And
Hiawatha's in the back.
represent.
The whole UP back there.
It's like they're organized by the Mitten and the UP.
Region. Okay, got it. Yeah. So
remember we were gonna fly out, but the flight got canceled,
yeah.
and we looked at ourselves at each other in JFK Airport, and we said, well, if we leave right now and drive through the night, we can make our first set in time.
Yeah, in 18 hours was the first commitment, which was like a fiddle workshop that I was taking part in. Yeah,
I mentioned it because
it was an 18-hour drive. We were like, cool, great. Me, Mike, and Tao each took 6 hours.
I woke up sometime around 7 in the morning, and we were in Michigan, and you got right, exactly. Anyway, I was presented with a pasty, and I had no idea what it was, but I accepted it and nourished my body, and then we went up to the UP.
I was the lucky one who had the third shift, so I just got to like sleep the whole first 12 hours and then see the beautiful sunrise and lakes and stuff, and then play some fiddle when I got there. It was great.
Yeah.
Anyway, who needs planes? All right, so we're gonna play some songs from the new record. This one's called Make It True.
No, it's not.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called Maple Leaf.
That says maple?
Sorry.
This was not written into the banter. That was like honestly me not being able to read his writing. Awesome. All right. Oh, weird. Okay. I was psyching myself up for track 1. This is track like 6 or something. Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, I know. Most of the shows recently have been one set shows, and we've just been playing the record, tracks 1 through 14 in sequence. So
Yeah, we did that a bunch of times.
this is a little more old school.
This is good. It's all jumbled up. We're on shuffle now. Okay. Real life shuffle. Okay, cool. Here's a song called Maple Leaf. I sang it at Wheatland a couple years ago, and somebody said, "Is that on a CD? I want to buy that on a CD." And I was like, "No." But tonight it is. Woo! All right. Yeah. Big and red and blazing, fall down on the ground in a pile with my friends and feed the next generation. I don't wanna go like the buffalo, cut from the pack when I get too slow. I may not be agile, but I'll be beautiful when I'm fragile. And I wanna go like the ocean waves, one of my dying wishes. Take my
song is the title track. It's called Sunshiner. And we'd love it. There's so many people in this room, and the room sounds so good. So please, don't hold back, and we'd love to hear you sing along. I didn't know it was a sing-along when I wrote it, so we performed it at the first show, and then everyone sang along. We wrote a sing-along. Sometimes you luck out like that. The words are, yes, my daddy was a miner, but I'm gonna be a sunshiner. We were down in Lexington, Kentucky in February for a show, and they told me in the lobby, talking to people, about a coal mining museum in that state that is now completely powered by solar panels that have been installed on the roof.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's good to know that that sort of stuff is happening. So please don't hold back. To change everything, we need everyone. Ever since they closed the mine, there ain't too much to do with your time. Said wash your clothes in the creek and fold the flannel till the gal come round with her solar panel. Yes, my daddy was a miner. I'm gonna be a sunshiner. My granddaddy was a miner, but I'm gonna be a sunshiner. So beautiful. Well, she dug a big hole, told me it was normal. She said something about geothermal. She gave me a hard hat, said make yourself useful. Soon this whole town will be carbon neutral. Yes, my daddy was a miner, but I'm gonna be a sunshiner. My granddaddy was a miner. I'm gonna be a sunshiner. Take it around. So I built myself a pretty little house, generator out back as quiet as a mouse, and I got me a job, and there ain't none finer. Going around being a sunshiner. Last chance, Boyne City. Yes, my daddy was a miner, sounds so beautiful. That granddaddy. That granddaddy was a miner. I'm gonna be a sunshine. That was so beautiful. Best I've heard in a long time. Really, thank you for that. I don't say that to all the crowds.
It's true. You guys sound fantastic in here. You know, I have been appreciating the sunshine finally after what was seemingly a very slow to come spring, which is almost summer already. So it's been beautiful, and I'm going to sing you guys a song that I wrote while lactating. So it's a drinking song. I didn't write it today or anything. I've given that up, but you know, it was a few years back. Our son is 10. You know, our daughter's 5, almost 6. But when she was 2.5 months old, quite dependent on the juice, I was, you know, I was thinking about water a lot. I had to drink a lot of extra water. You know what I'm talking about, some of you here. I had to drink a lot of extra water, and she was on her first tour with like a band and a van and a baby and the whole thing. We were like at a festival in Colorado, and it was dry. It's so dry. I had to drink even more water, and I was thinking about water and thinking about water and just, you know, thinking about feeding her and thinking about all that stuff. And I'm going to tell you, this is my water song. So it's fun to sing it here in Michigan, surrounded by so much water. Surrounded by all of you who are at least 70% water, I'm told. And anyway, I'm going to tell you one more thing, which is that my mom used to sing me to sleep with a lot of old sort of a cappella balladry. You know, those old spooky songs that just sort of, they have a meditative quality musically, and then if you listen close, the lyrics are about kind of creepy stuff, usually betrayal and being buried alive and stuff like that. Anyway, but I love those mountain harmonies, you know, and those modal melodies, and so some of that kind of snuck into this song. And I didn't write this song to perform it on a stage. I didn't write it to record it on an album, but now I've kind of done both those things. On the album, my mom sings harmony with me, which is pretty special, and my dad and my stepmom play some bowed strings in the background. Fun fact, we actually cut a hole into the middle of the song to let my dad play a haunting fiddle solo, and then we cut it and put it back how it used to be. We cut the J. Unger fiddle solo because it sounded too much like we were actually in the Civil War, and people started to get distracted from the song. I don't know if you know my dad, but he wrote this tune called A Show Can Farewell that a lot of people know that tune.
Yeah.
So, sorry, that was a J. Unger joke. I should have told you more about who he was before I cracked the joke, but it's actually a true story because he played actually the most beautiful thing, but the song is very sparse. It didn't really need a solo. So he was cool about it. That's the thing, you go in the studio, if you're a pro, you know half the stuff you do may or may not make it on the record. It's all right. All right, so I'm just gonna sing the song by myself. If you guys want to jump in and help out on the last verse, I'll give you a hint. It's the same as the first. All right. Oh, and this is my prayer for clean water, and I sing it in gratitude to the water protectors of planet Earth. My baby drinks water, my baby drinks tea. My baby eats an apple from the old apple tree. My baby drinks milk Mother Nature gave me. So please spare the water for my little ones and me. Now money buys houses and clothing and more, and money buys food at the big grocery grocery store. And money buys trinkets and money buys toys, but it won't buy the earth back for our little girls and boys. Do you measure your wealth by the size of your purse? What size is your coffin? What size is your hearse? What size is your heart if you put money first? High over the children and their hunger and thirst. My baby drinks water, my baby drinks tea. My baby eats an apple from the old apple tree. My baby drinks milk Mother Nature gave me. So please spare the water for my little ones and me. My baby drinks water. Incredible singing once again. Thank you guys for being such a good audience for participation. It's such a pleasure to share our songs with you guys, really is. Now we're going to play that song I thought we were going to play before, and then we're going to take a little break, and we'd be happy to show you our fine Mammals hoodies, t-shirts, stickers, and more. That's right. We got some CDs over there too. They're ours. And they could be yours. And yeah, and that's enough talking about merchandise. Let's play a song, one more song before the break.
Yeah, this one kicks off the new record. It's called Make It True. Casting off for someplace new, casting out to conjure cure. There's a better world in store, and we someday sing the blues. Someday sing those harmonies too. Yeah, we do. And we'll one day sing those words that will make it true. Someday sing those words that will make it true. Make it true. We'll see you after a little break. Come say hi. Thank you.